Hey guys, hope you guys have enjoyed all the lessons so far. Right now, you guys should be working on Mary Had a Little Lamb with the left hand. You should be working on the drills, to establish yourself to use the bow, which we're almost getting to here. And right now we have stickers on the instruments. So if you haven't watched any of these lessons, I recommend you to go back and watch all the lessons that are really short, but just get you set up perfectly for success in the violin. So we have stickers, we have the bow right tool to help us with the bow straightness that we're going to be talking about today. And I've taught you how to hold the violin properly to make sure there's no support here. It's all right here. And we have stickers on our bow. So we have a lot of stuff that I've taught so far. So go back if you haven't seen all the lessons. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to set the bow right at that first sticker. And we're going to focus on playing on the D string, which is the string we're learning Mary Had a Little Lamb, right? So on the D string, we're going to set our bow at that sticker. And the elbow should be level with the instrument at all times on the D string. Okay. So just to give you the scope of the right elbow, when we're on the D, it should be level with the instrument. On the A, it should be below the instrument. On the E, it should be at your side. On the G, it should be above. So it's really important to establish proper right elbow so that we have a really solid and tight bow playing. If you haven't gone through my lessons and been learning violin a while, it's likely that you're hitting other strings improperly because you haven't established solid technique with the right elbow. So technically with the rocking bow drill that I've taught you in this series, you really were working on getting that to move. So now I'm explaining to you exactly where it should be based on the string you're on. Okay? So here we are. We're in the middle of these two areas, which is important. We don't want to be too far over the fingerboard or too close to the bridge, just right here, anywhere in this space. Our elbow is even with the instrument. And what we're going to do, finally, is stroke the bow. Assuming you have rosin on your bow, that's a previous lesson too. Okay, so at this point, give yourself a hand, by the way, for if you've gone through all these lessons and have gone through all the fundamentals. It's been a lot of lessons up until finally stroking the bow. Okay, so make sure that your bow hand is perfect, thumb relaxed, not pushing up against the bow. And I want you to use all those skills that you've been learning with the index drill to use the index to guide the bow down towards the tip and then push it back the other way. It's all about the index, what the index is doing. Okay? And what I want you to do is go at about this speed and think about bowing as a circle. Don't think of it as a zigzag. Okay, a lot of students, what they do is they zigzag. They go down, then up, down, then up. They kind of fall off the cliff and then they want to jump back on the cliff. That causes bounces because your hand's naturally going to force the adjustment back. Think of it as this circle. A good analogy is a yo-yo. So if you've ever used a yo-yo, it's all about having this momentum where you can't just throw a yo-yo down and expect it to come back up. You have to throw it nicely and anticipate it coming back, this momentum. It's the same thing with the bow. It's all about momentum. And as you're going down, be thinking about coming back, and then be thinking about coming back and having a loose, flexible hand while doing it, okay? Here we go. Elbow even with the instrument. Now what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to move the bow and stop it. I don't want you to go. I want you to go. Keep it going. Like that. What I want to explain to you guys is the 4 parts of the bow stroke in the next lesson. But at least by now, you're actually moving the bow and getting something going. And then I also really want to emphasize that you should be bending the wrist at this point. So it should be basically here when you're first setting up the wrist. And then as you're going back towards the frog, bend the wrist back to this position. So we're basically going from here to here. Watch again. Watch the wrist. See that? The wrist is bending. So what you could do is you could actually do another drill and have a coin on your wrist. I'm going to use a rosin here. Set up about level with your neck with an object resting. And you want to just basically keep the object on the wrist. Take your left hand and hold onto your right arm and go down to your belt, simulating a bow stroke, but you're adjusting the wrist accordingly, okay? Don't use the arm to help. Just extend and bend. Extend and bend, okay? So we're going from this position to this position. Okay, we don't want to go this way. So don't go down and go like that. We want to keep it natural and then bend it coming back. Okay. So yeah, in the next video, I'll be talking more about the 4 parts of the bow stroke. So I recommend getting to that rather quickly. Don't do this only for a week because there's a lot of good tips I'll give you in the next lesson as well, kind of working with this lesson.